Boxing Ego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more Boxing King Kong. Now, in surprising news, Luis King Kong Ortiz signed a pact promotional with Al Haymon. I think this is great news. I was a little bit surprised. The reason I was surprised is because I didn't really know the extent of his contract with Matchroom. In late last year, I want to say, maybe October-ish of 2016, it was revealed that Luis King Kong Ortiz signed a pact, a promotional deal to have Eddie Hearn in the UK of Matchroom promote him. And they did it, and they enacted that, the usage of that quick, put him in there with Malik Scott. Wasn't a good fight. It wasn't the good performance from King Kong Ortiz. I even spoke to Eddie Hearn, and he says, he kind of ripped the performance. He said it wasn't good at all from King Kong's perspective. But then he bounced back after they put him on a Joshua card in December versus David Allen, I think, and he knocked him out. And to me, I thought it was all good. I thought it was all good just a week ago. I thought that he was still working with them, but it turns out it was a case-by-case basis. It was a fight-by-fight basis where he wasn't glued down with them for a multi-fight deal. Like, let's say Andre Ward, when he re-upped with HBO, it was a multi-fight deal. It was like 3 fights, and one of them had to be covalent. That was the stipulations, and he's fulfilled that. So I don't know exactly what his contract is now or whatever, but I didn't know that. I didn't know Ortiz was working with them on such a short term or whatever. But now he's with Al Haymon, promotional pact. It'll probably be the same thing, I'm assuming. I don't know that for a fact, but I'm assuming at his age, he's like 37, 38 maybe. I'm assuming at his age maybe they would do the same thing, fight by fight basis. But the reason I like this is because he's a quality fighter, and he's a quality heavyweight that can shake things up, but time is ticking. He's not getting any younger, just like some of the other Cuban stars like the Rigondeaux. They need fights. They need the important fights, because Rigondeaux has at least had his important fight with Nonito Donaire, and then he schooled him, had Donaire moonwalking in the 12th round. And he was covering his eye or whatever. But Luis Ortiz hasn't really had that. He hasn't had that career defining the fight that will make people notice. I mean, you could say Brian Jennings, but Jennings had already lost to Klitschko. You know what I mean? So I guess that's the closest to it. But Tony Thompson, fights like that. I mean, Thompson lost to Klitschko twice. And, you know what I mean? It's just not a career changing. Like, for example, Errol Spence, he hasn't had that. But him going over to the UK to fight Kell Brook, that is that. Like Pac said, it is that. It is that. Because Errol Spence, you go over to the UK and beat a UK champion who is undefeated at welterweight, then you're the man. You know what I mean? You really shake the welterweight division up. So that's what King Kong Ortiz needs that. And within the Al Haymon stable, they have the players to make that a reality. They got one of the biggest players in the heavyweight division, which is Deontay Wilder. That's an Al Haymon advised fighter. He's a champion. And Al Haymon also has other fights that are just like, I mean, it would be good. They're talking about even putting him on the Andre Berto versus Sean Porter card, which is April 22nd. So he needs that type of activity. But I think I like this move a lot from Team King Kong, because Al Haymon, just everyone knows his stable. That's one thing we do know. Like, look at Golden Boy. What heavyweights do they have? They have that 7-foot Chinese Tashan Dong or whatever his name is. But who else do they have? Right? Top rank. Andy Ruiz Jr. I think that's the only one I could think of. Maybe they work with Joseph Parker. But Joseph Parker has, I don't know if he's immediately managed by Top Rank. I think he works with Top Rank, but I think he has another promoter, Duco or something, over there in New Zealand. He has a New Zealand promoter. So Al Haymon clearly has the biggest heavyweight stable. Aside from Wilder, they still have other people. Like, I would even, like Dominique Breazeale, he's coming off of a knockout win. Amir Mansour, I think the guy that Dominic Breazeale fought, that Unzugo or whatever, I don't know how to pronounce his name. I'm not sure if Artur Szpilka is with Al Haymon, but he clearly worked with Al Haymon for the Wilder fight, and he was supposed to fight Dominic Breazeale. A lot of things shaking, a lot of noise that could be made with this move. Another thing is a fight with Anthony Joshua. To me, seems like it'd be more likely if Eddie Hearn is not managing both Joshua and Ortiz's career, because again, when you do that, it's like Canelo versus David Lemieux. Golden Boy, if they make that fight, then one of their earners has to lose. You know what I'm saying? So when Luis King Kong Ortiz was with Matchroom, would they want to put him in, especially that style? I think the way he got on his toes with Brian Jennings, he could give anyone problems, especially a guy who at times, I love watching Joshua. I really like him, and the Klitschko fight's going to tell me a lot about him. But King Kong Ortiz is a different beast. He's more fluid than Klitschko. He's not quite as old as Klitschko, at least on paper. Sometimes the Cubans, when they defect, they lie about their age, and there's no way to really, it's not like they have an ID card where they're just, you can immediately know exactly how old they are. But it's just Ortiz is different. He's a different beast. He's fluid, and I've seen Joshua in certain fights. He looks kind of stiff, robotic, and mechanical, and maybe with all those muscles he would fatigue. So that could be an interesting fight where either guy could win. But I think the likelihood of it getting made is bigger when they don't have the same promoter. So Eddie Hearn has a relationship with Al Haymon. They put on, I mean, a lot of Joshua's recent fights have been against Haymon fighters. Charles Martin, when he was a champion, Dominic Breazeale, those are both Al Haymon fighters who fought Joshua. So I think a deal could be made, and I think it'll be easier to be made when King Kong is not with Eddie Hearn anymore, right? So you don't have to protect that investment the same. But it's still a dangerous fight for Joshua and for Ortiz, because especially if Joshua beats Klitschko. Again, that's going to show me a lot, whatever he does in that fight. But Wilder, there's just a lot of good options for him over there on Al Haymon's side. So hopefully they get him on the Berto Porter card and get the ball rolling, because like I said, he's not getting any younger. I like the move. I thought this was a move that Reginald probably should have made, and this is probably a move he should have made before the Matchroom, but maybe the offer wasn't on the table. You have to, some of these Cuban fighters, they're great fighters and very skilled, and these promoters need to know how to handle them and, like, in terms of manage them, because people always act like Cuban fighters don't have a market, but I really don't believe that. Like, I come from the world of sales. Before I was doing this, I've worked jobs where I had to sell things. You can't say, oh, hey, I can't sell this product, I can't sell this extended warranty, I can't sign this customer up for a credit card, or whatever the company's initiatives were, or their mission statement. You had to just find a way, you know what I mean? Try to upsell them, try to get them into this. Even McDonald's, I mean, they have value propositions and things like supersizing. So you have to know how to do that. So for me to hear a promoter or fan say that, oh, there's no way you can market this guy, then why are you a promoter? You know what I mean? Your whole goal is not everyone's going to be a Canelo where it's just he has the look the ladies like and he's an entertaining fighter, and you know what I mean? Not everyone has the same package, but there's still quality fighters and quality fights that can be made. So you just have to know what you're doing in managing Erislandy Lara or Rigondeaux or King Kong Ortiz, or the people like the Cuban fighters that they say nobody wants to see and all this stuff. Just my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think. Drop it in the comment section. Make sure you share the video, like the video as always. Hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.